All right, Bruce and Damian, Batman and Robin, Dawn of DC. Can we jump in? Is it worth jumping in? Is it worth your time? I like some of what Joshua Williamson has done. I'm enjoying certain things. And here I was kind of surprised by the story and what he wrote. Now, the art is Simone DeMeo. Um, we're going to get into some spoilers. I'll try not to spoil every single minutia, but I'm not sure there's a ton to spoil. I can say I'm I'm just very shocked this was written by Joshua Williamson. I'll get to that in a moment. So let me run through some high points real quick with you guys. Here's your story jumping out here. We have our title page in green, Simone DeMeo, and here's our first sort of action scene. Very continuation sort of the cover art. I don't know how you guys felt about it. I'm really not a fan of the design of Robin. At times, he's very anime influence. Like he feels very much like got a lot of anime features. So you have a fight sequence here that breaks out. They're fighting the White Rabbit's goons, and there's sort of like this sort of back and forth jokiness between Batman and Robin. And there's a joke here about Batman rhyming. So too bad you're late for a very important date in Blackgate. It says you really shouldn't rhyme in a serious situation, Batman. So then it's like they were trying to play it and then they're trying to play it up for like competition's sake. And then there's like, here we go, fist bump. And it says fist bump. And then they sort of like have this sort of like huggy embrace. I really, really, really hated all of this. I just can't. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, are we having action or like the joking about the competitive? It all felt out of character that Batman would be joking so much, but I was like willing to be kind of like okay with it for a moment. And then we did this. Then again, these palette colors, pinks, purples, magentas, blah, blah, blah. And it's single dad Bruce conversations. Damian's coming to live there. And then there's like flashbacks over like what kind of struggles they've had recently, that kind of thing. And then we cut to the room, and then he's like writing this little story. Like I guess he's vlogging, but now he's like writing little notes. But it's like it's his life. Just everything's been juxtaposed. Didn't really care for all that. Um, and then and this is Bruce. And my biggest problem with Bruce, especially in these panels, is he looks almost identical to the way that they're drawing Shazam. Like I'm not kidding. Like it's just kind of eerie. Like I just really I don't understand that. And this is what I was saying about the whole design of Robin or Damian. Look how effeminate he looks. I mean, if if we just told you that was like a prepubescent teen girl, you wouldn't really be that surprised. It's just there's nothing interesting. The dialogue is really really rough. And like I said, they're just going to talk about food. They're eating over food. There's talking about making food, another page of food. And then it's like, I'm going to send you off to school. Okay, cool. What's the inside thing? Again, this is supposed to be Robin. But look how, like, again, anime female characteristics. This is Bruce. Doesn't look like Bruce. And you're like, all these different things about White Rabbit or whatever. But it's like, there's all this food talk. So, like I said, I was shocked that this was written by Joshua Williamson because I felt like this was the stereotypical Cal Berkeley art female take on superhero books. We are going to have more effeminate characters. We're going to have a very effeminate Robin, very girlish young boy. And then we're going to talk over food. We're just going to waste pages of food talk. And the lines, I don't know. I feel like they're not read out loud. Like people don't talk exactly like this, right? Um, he's trying to channel uh Alfred with this whole sequence. um and it just doesn't really flow real well. Um, no, you will be attending as Damian Wayne, son of Bruce Wayne. You told me about your time on Lazarus Island, the friendships and progress you made about being around kids your own age. I'd like you to continue that. I want you to have teenage years that I didn't get to have. But that's not what I want, Father. What? We've been through this before. I'm smarter than anyone teaching at any level and besides. So he's now Robin is this arrogant narcissist. It's just so awful. And this is Damien. This again, this effeminate Robin. It's like I've been practicing my Gotham accent. What does that freaking mean? It's like a New York thing. Okay, but we do not have the time for public education. Look at the numbers of active cases in Gotham. Your ex-lover might have control of the henchmen and the criminal enterprises of Gotham, but she can't tackle everything. Like it's just this weird back and forth. And then he's like, it's like teen splaining. So he's like, while you slept in, I found the pattern. Hijacking the Zeppelin last night was not White Rabbit's main objective. I believe. So it's just like this arrogant, toxic little brat child thing is coming to light again. It's like this same stereotype and trope kind of keeps coming up. And I don't totally dislike Damien, but he never grows on me because it seems like the writer always has to go to this stereotype. As you pointed out, Father, during my travels away from you and Gotham, I learned and acquired much, including my own car. And this is the Robin car, which is sort of like this obnoxious giant four wheels truck thing with this cheesy looking R on the front of it. And it doesn't look high tech at all. It just looks like, like you paid 60 or $80,000 at the lot and they just tricked one out for you, basically. It doesn't look like something that Batman and Robin would actually have. And then it's like, move your scaly arse, Croc. I don't believe in being out in the open like this. So then this is, I guess, Croc. The doc is squirmy. Maybe I should have ripped his legs off to get him to calm down, huh? And then it's, the Robin thing shows up with the lights, curse word, get the big brain to the new boss, Orca. I'll handle the bats. And this is the sorriest attempt at a kidnapping I've ever seen, Waylon. And then it's like, okay. They're gonna fight, and I don't know. It's fine in some ways, and then out of the blue, I have Man Bat, by the way, and Man Bat has Dr. Kafara, and they have a little scene where Batman's swinging in, and then they're going to get him. So this anyway. So I don't care about any of that. What I'm going to get to is this thing that they're not actually wearing masks because they actually are those creatures. It's like Robin would have known that, and then it's like Robin, son, father. We've got what they come with. So they're leaving the scene. Robin swings in. Damian, did Man Bat get away with the doctor? Father. A small gas pellet hit me. I breathed it in. Not poison, something else. We need to get you back to the cave now. Damian, the bats. It's like they're drawn here. Father, they're attacking this father thing. It's just, and so the bats are attacking Batman, which is probably the best drawn panel of the whole freaking book. But I had to endure all of this and this. I understand he may refer to him as father instead of dad or whatever, but the fact that it's so overused and just it there's no pacing of things feeling normal. And then I don't know. It's like I guess they just let everyone get away because he got hit with a pellet. Like Robin didn't wrap things up. Batman didn't overcome it. It just happens because he's going to quote get attacked by bats. So the bat attack is going to supersede catching the bad guys and stuff. I don't know. This was a horrible first edition to jump back in on and get you excited and want to buy another book. There's not a lot of great elements here to sort of hang my hat on. Many of the DC books, the Dawn of these DC books did, and they at least had me wanting to go further. This one was like, ugh, especially, man, it's Batman Day on Saturday. You would think this would be the one they would go for. they'd get in, not really knock it out of the park. This felt very vanilla and generic. The Robin is just drawn, just I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys liked what I show you. Maybe you're like, I read it. I liked. Hey, that's fine. Tell me what you guys think. Personally, this was like a C minus at best for me. Again, these are like $5, so there's no way I'd be paying $5 for this. So anyway, that's my take on it. I am Pops.